since 1894, so 123 straight years of kids being in that room, which is pretty cool. They've added on 7 times to our facilities over the years, so we'll see kind of how that pieces together and that sort of thing.
Sorry, you're the principal?
I am, yep.
So I guess I'm interested too in, because there's less students here, and how that has affected, because I remember when Dave and Bart were on the board, and I remember Bart saying there's no room, there's just no room, but now that there's less students, how does that play into it?
Nope, Bart was saying there's no room
to add on, to do an
back
addition.
when, before Silverbrook.
Before it was, yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of
sure.
been in the back of my mind too, like how
Because
does that?
the 5th graders are no longer here.
Right.
Right.
And there's
Okay.
less
Yeah, we can
students.
talk about that,
See, that's,
absolutely.
I keep
On
forgetting
our walk
that
down,
too.
we can get into that. You know, if you were to add on more, I think, obviously design-wise, I don't know how, we have to get an architect out to figure out how you do that. You'll see some things they've done is they've added at different times to try and still bring in some natural light, because that's one of the challenges when they've added on each time, is you end up with some rooms that you don't get you get no light, or you get no windows, and and so they've done some things over the years with their design to do that. And then the other issue always with that is the layout of the site. So like when we look at what the typical across the state in terms of like green space, playground space per student, we would currently, under our current arrangement, be pretty well below what is typical. I'm just saying, if you're comparing district to district. So that would be, something you'd have to consider. How do we ensure we still have enough play space and all those sorts of things for kids as well? And I don't know the answer to that, but that's one of the big conversation pieces that come up a lot.
They're all pulling their shades. I thought we were looking at natural light.
So we pull shades a lot of times when we're not using a room because of our lockdown procedures. So if we ever need to go into a quick lockdown, which we practice for, unfortunately, in today's world, one of the protocols is that you close the blinds.
But they were students.
Yep, so sometimes teachers are closing blinds at times. The other thing that they sometimes close blinds for this time of year is heat. Our windows in especially this part of the building, are extremely not really energy efficient, to be honest. And we do get drafts and things like that.
So then if you had like a wall of windows,
They might still hold the
how is that energy efficient? A wall of windows, how is that?
The glazing today is so much different than it was, 40, 50 years ago. So typically on one of these windows, like you get an R1 insulation factor. On a new window, it'd be up to 7, 8, somewhere around there.
What's the longevity on that?
Windows, I think they're all different because they're all built differently. So,
There's no lack of pride in this building.
to be perfectly honest with you, I would never replace a window just to replace it for energy, because they have an incredibly long payback period. I do it when they're leaking or drafty but yeah, just to do it for energy, you'd never pay for it.
At your home you do it for leaky for energy, or here if it's
Both.
so if he says they're pulling it because they're leaking for energy reasons,
For
how come
energy, you never get your money back. It's generally on window replacements. If you do it strictly for energy, it's about a 30-year payback. That's not a very good ROI.
So then you're thinking about putting more windows in these other schools that you're proposing?
I'm not thinking of doing anything, but all I'm saying is that the glazing today and the glass and the frames are much better than they used to be. With the R value is much different.
They had already pulled 5th grade out when I came here, so I look back at those building maps because we actually realigned some of the classrooms this year about ways that you can structure the building. And I look at when they had 5th grade, gosh, good grief, how did they fit everyone in here? So I can see where that was a big discussion piece, where now I feel like we kind of have a better setup than they had when they had all those groups.
Do you know if that's the case in the other elementary schools, because of taking the 5th grades out, that they have better maybe resource space?
I can't speak to every building. I do know that sharing of space is pretty much the norm throughout many of the buildings, and it's not a great, like I said, it's not a great situation when you have 3 or sometimes 4 teachers in a single room working with small groups and things like that. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult to create
Do you
a
know-
space that they can focus in.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know what your class average, I mean, is it 20 kids per class? If you just take them by classroom?
Well, I'll first tell you our ratios. So we have kind of these maximum ratios, which I think are board approved. I don't know if that's the case or not, but
I'm not sure either. I was
Yeah.
looking the other day and I couldn't find it, but
they're either board approved or curriculum instruction approved. But our maximum ratio for kindergarten through second grade is 24 kids in a class, and then our maximum through fourth grade is 29.
I'm sorry,
29.
20.
So in our building, our biggest class this year is 27. Just the way it shakes out with things like that. All right. So this